focus on IT. That's been the big outperformer, 25% YTD. TCS holding its sell-side analyst meet today, likely indication of what they'll do in the quarter. Infotech held it a couple of days ago. Krishna Bodanapu, President and CEO of Infotech Enterprises, with us now. Krishna, what's the feedback that you gave the analysts, and how's the business looking like? Is there improvement? The IT index seems to be at least showing it on the stock charts.
Good afternoon, Gautam. Yes, I think yesterday the message that we communicated to the analysts and investors is overall we're very confident in the business going forward. I think we do have short-term challenges which we articulated in at the end of last quarter's earnings call. We had some challenges in Q3. We'll have some challenges in Q4, but looking forward for the next financial year, that's FY14, we communicated a very positive message. We communicated a message by dissecting our business by industry and by the type of services we provide, and I think we're very confident on how things look going forward.
Okay, Krishna, let's start with the solutions segment, which I believe contributes 20% to your revenues. Now that there is an additional tax burden on royalty as well as technical sales, would buying software become expensive and therefore that crunch your margins?
We don't believe so. We're still looking at the implications, but what it actually means for us is a little bit different than sort of the royalty on technical data and so on and so forth. So at this point, we don't see, or we haven't assessed the impact on the assessment of the impact for us will be negligible because of the nature of the services and solutions that we provide. So we don't see that that will be an impact.
Okay. Can you give us an idea of what you did guide or can guide in terms of your revenue growth next year? You, I thought, said that there are near-term challenges, but you overall expect FY14 to be better. So how much better?
I can only say at this point better. This year YTD our revenue growth has been 7.9% for the first 9 months. All I can say is it will be better based on the budgets that we have and the pipeline that we have at this point.
Is Masscom's 12 to 14 what you have in mind at all? Will you reach the lower end, higher end, average of the band?
Average is a safe place to be, isn't it? Okay. But no, I don't want to. I can't really guide that because at this point, we're still hashing out our budgets and getting to the what it actually means. And again, NASSCOM has, or the general IT services sector has a very different set of dynamics than we do. Therefore, again, the numbers might come out to be what they are, but I think it's not, from a qualitative perspective, it's not right to compare us to them, at least from this perspective. Okay,
you also told the analysts that you have about 500 crore to buy up companies. Can you give us any details on when it will happen and what kind of acquisitions you're looking at?
So basically, when we did our strategy, or have been doing our strategy, given that it's an evolving initiative, we identified certain gaps in both in the kind of services that we provide. For example, electronics is a gap that we've talked about, or medical is a gap that we've talked about, or utilities is a gap that we talked about. So in these areas, we're basically working with various sets of bankers on identifying companies and really going through the process. Now, in terms of a time frame, as you know, with these things, till they're done, they're not done, and therefore it's very hard to say. All I can say is we have companies in various stages of pipelines, and we basically have a 4-stage pipeline of taking it from identification to actually acquisition. But we have companies in various stages. But again, I think
any in the fourth stage?
Learned, we have 1 or 2 in the 4th stage, but again, all I'll say there is it's not done till it's done, because there are companies, or there are instances where we got up to signing and in the very last minute it didn't happen.
All right, Krishna, I'll let you go with that. Thank you so much for joining us. So that was a perspective from a smaller IT player, but you're going to get some bigger news from TCS today. Stocks perhaps will react on Monday morning. Watch out for them, big outperformers, 25%.